Hello to all lovers of unusual and educational content. Have you ever wondered that somewhere in the world, people happily eat things that might give you culture shock? Today, we will embark on a gastronomic journey through the most amazing and sometimes shocking food traditions of the planet. And believe me, some of them are so unusual that they can completely change your perspective on food. If you love discovering something new and expanding your horizons, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next episodes about the mysteries of different cultures around the world. And now let's dive into the world of the most unexpected culinary practices. Before we begin, it's important to remember, what seems strange to one culture may be ordinary and traditional to another. Every food tradition has its own history, meaning, and cultural value. So put aside your prejudices and get ready to be amazed. First stop, Iceland and its famous hákarl. Imagine this, Greenland shark meat that is first buried in the ground for several months, then hung in the air to dry. Sounds unusual? Now add to this the strongest ammonia smell that can be felt from several meters away. Why do Icelanders prepare it this way? The fact is that Greenland shark meat is toxic when fresh due to high content of urea and trimethylamine oxide. The fermentation process neutralizes these compounds and makes the meat edible. Interestingly, this tradition originated many centuries ago when harsh climate and limited resources forced island inhabitants to use any available food sources. Locals often joke that a true Icelander is recognized by the ability to eat hákarl without batting an eye. Would you dare to try it? Let's now move to Asia, specifically to the Philippines, where a dish called balut is popular. What is this? Balut is a duck or chicken egg with an almost fully formed embryo inside, which is boiled and eaten straight from the shell. Usually the embryo is between 14 and 21 days old. For locals, this is ordinary street food that can be bought from vendors loudly shouting balut on evening streets. This delicacy is usually seasoned with salt, sometimes vinegar, chili, and spices are added. Despite the appearance that might repel an unfamiliar person, balut is considered very nutritious. It is rich in protein and minerals. In Filipino culture, balut is also associated with male strength and endurance, and many consider it an aphrodisiac. Interestingly, similar dishes exist in other Southeast Asian countries, including Vietnam, where it is known as chon vit lon. Now, let's move to the other end of the world, to Sardinia, Italy. Here, they produce cheese called casu, which translates to rotten cheese, and the name fully reflects the essence. This cheese is made from sheep's milk, but with one peculiarity: they deliberately breed cheese fly larvae in it. Yes, you heard right. The larvae digest the cheese, releasing enzymes that promote fat breakdown. The result is a soft, creamy product with a very sharp taste. Most interestingly, traditionally, casu is eaten together with live larvae, which can jump up to 15 centimeters high when disturbed. For this reason, lovers of this delicacy often protect their eyes with their hand while eating. Despite the fact that officially the sale of casu is prohibited due to European Union hygiene standards, locals continue to produce it underground, considering it an important part of their cultural heritage. In 2010, the cheese even received the status of Sardinian cultural heritage. By the way, according to local tradition, refusing offered casu is considered an insult to the host. Let's continue our journey and head to China, where there exists an amazing tradition of preparing so-called sentry eggs, or pidan. Despite the name, these eggs are not stored for 100 years. Usually the preparation process takes from several weeks to several months. Chicken, duck, or quail eggs are covered with a mixture of clay, ash, salt, quicklime, and rice husks, then left in a cool place. During fermentation, the white becomes dark brown and acquires a jelly-like consistency, while the yolk turns into a creamy mass of gray-green color with a strong smell of ammonia and sulfur. The taste of century eggs is described as complex, with notes of cheese and salt. In China, they are served as an appetizer, added to congee, rice porridge, or eaten with soy sauce and ginger. This tradition is more than 500 years old and arose, according to legend, by accident. A peasant found eggs that had lain in a pit with quicklime for several months, and despite their changed appearance, decided to try them. He liked the dish so much that he began preparing such eggs specially. Now we travel to Greenland, where locals have been preparing kiviak for thousands of years, a traditional Inuit dish. To prepare it, they take a seal carcass, remove the internal organs, fill the cavity with approximately 500 small birds, usually using little oaks, then sew up the carcass and place it under a stone for several months. As a result of the fermentation process, seal fat impregnates the birds, protecting them from rotting, and the bird meat acquires a very strong, characteristic taste and aroma. When kiviak is ready, Inuits eat the birds whole, except for the feathers. This dish has enormous significance for survival in harsh Arctic conditions, especially in winter when fresh food is hard to access. Kiviak is rich in nutrients and helps prevent vitamin deficiency. It's important to note that preparing kiviak requires great experience. Improper fermentation can lead to botulism, a deadly disease. Did you know that in Japan, one of the most dangerous delicacies is considered to be fugu fish? This delicacy can be deadly if prepared incorrectly. The thing is that fugu's internal organs, especially liver and ovaries, contain tetrodotoxin, a poison that is 250 times stronger than cyanide. Even a small amount is enough to cause paralysis and then death. Despite the risk, or perhaps precisely because of it, fugu remains a prestigious dish of Japanese cuisine. To prepare this fish, chefs must undergo special training and obtain a license, and the training process lasts at least 2 to 3 years. During preparation, they remove all poisonous parts with surgical precision. The dish is usually served as sashimi, thinly sliced and beautifully presented. Many gourmets note that fugu meat has a delicate taste, and during eating there may be slight numbness of lips and tongue due to microscopic doses of toxin remaining in the safe parts of the fish. This sensation is part of the gastronomic experience. Interestingly, in some regions of Japan, there exists a saying, "I want to try fugu, but life is too precious." Let's move to South Korea, where the dish sannakji is popular. Live octopuses. Yes, you heard right. Octopuses are served alive. Most often they use small octopuses that are cut into pieces literally before serving. Despite the fact that the animal is already dismembered, the octopus's nervous system continues to function, so the tentacles continue to move on the plate and can even stick to the mucous membrane of the mouth or throat when trying to swallow them. This is exactly why sannakji is usually eaten with sesame oil, which reduces the ability of suction cups to stick to surfaces. The dish is considered not only a delicacy but also a kind of test of courage. Every year, cases of suffocation when consuming this dish are registered, so this is truly a dangerous culinary experience. In Korean culture, sannakji is associated with masculinity and life force. Many Koreans believe that the active movements of tentacles on the plate prove the freshness of the dish and transfer the octopus's life energy to the eater. And let's finish our gastronomic journey in Mexico, where there exists an unusual alcoholic drink called mezcal de pechuga. The peculiarity of this drink is that a dead whole chicken is placed in each bottle. Yes, you heard right, a real chicken. The tradition of preparing this unusual drink has roots in Maya culture and has been preserved to this day in some regions of the country. The process begins with preparing ordinary mezcal, a strong alcoholic drink from agave. Then a chicken carcass, previously cleaned of feathers and internal organs, is placed in the bottle and left to infuse. It is believed that the chicken gives the drink a special taste and aroma and also endows it with healing properties. According to local beliefs, mezcal de pechuga helps with various diseases, including tuberculosis and breathing problems. Despite its exoticism, this drink is an important part of the cultural heritage of certain regions of Mexico and is often used in traditional ceremonies and celebrations. What unites all these seemingly shocking food traditions? First of all, their deep-rootedness in the history and culture of peoples. Many of these dishes arose in difficult times when people were forced to use all available resources for survival. Over time, practical necessity turned into cultural tradition, became part of people's identity. Moreover, almost all these traditions are connected with fermentation, the most ancient way of preserving products. Before the invention of refrigerators, people all over the world used fermentation to extend food storage life. Interestingly, modern science confirms many fermented products are not only safe but also beneficial for health, especially for digestion. And finally, it's important to remember about cultural context. What seems shocking to us is an ordinary part of daily life for representatives of other cultures, and vice versa. Many of our food habits may seem strange or even repulsive to people from other countries. What unusual dishes have you tried? Maybe in your culture there are traditional products that might surprise foreigners. Share your experience in the comments below. Let's create a fascinating discussion about the diversity of world culinary traditions. If you enjoyed this gastronomic journey around the world, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Click the bell to receive notifications about new videos. And if you know someone who is interested in different cultures or simply loves unusual food, share this video with them. Your support helps us create more interesting content about the cultural diversity of our planet. Next time, we will reveal another exciting topic related to world traditions. Believe me, it will be no less fascinating and educational. And for now, remember, what seems strange today may become familiar tomorrow. The world is huge and amazing, and every culture is a unique page in the book of human experience. Until we meet again,